Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds good. Sounds good. Good evening, baseball fans. Do not adjust your sets. This is not a replay. For the third time in 12 days, the Fredericton Royals are in town here on O'Donoghue's Ironman Baseball as the Ironmen have reached the halfway point of the 2023 New Brunswick Senior Baseball League season. And they've got some work to do as they are currently sitting 6-10 and in the middle of a 7-game in 10-day stretch where they currently are 2-1. As they picked up a victory here Thursday night against the Royals that was live here on Facebook and YouTube, and they split a doubleheader with Moncton on Sunday. And as he had on Thursday, the Ironman pitcher for tonight is Jamie Walls. The Royals coming in second place in the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League with a 7-7 record. Good evening, everybody out there. Hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday wherever you're watching from. It is O'Donoghue's Ironman Baseball, and let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Fredericton Royals. Zach O'Hara is leading off and playing third. Craig Oliver's batting second. Playing second, Dan Bertrand is in right field batting third. Adam Esty, the shortstop, bats fourth. Jordan McDonald is batting 5th, playing 1st. Nick Hoyt is catching tonight, batting 6th. Matt Munn is batting 7th and playing left field. Pascal McCarthy, the designated hitter, bats 8th. And Jack Ryan is in center field, batting 9th. The Royal starter tonight is Thomas Hoyt, and they will be facing, as we said, Jamie Walls, making his 4th start of the season, comes in tonight with a 2-1 record and a 3.82 ERA, has thrown 18 innings, has 24 strikeouts, 11 hits allowed, 8 walks, and a couple of earned runs. That's it. And again, he was, 10 earned runs, as I switched my line I was reading from. But again, was masterful here in a complete game. He allowed 3 runs on 4 hits here Thursday night against the same Royals, who are sending a very similar lineup. And we're going to get going again as we get the second half of the season. Important ball games. The Ironmen have Moncton coming to town in 48 hours, a game that will be live here on O'Donoghue's Ironman Baseball on YouTube and Facebook. And then they travel to Moncton for a doubleheader. They travel to Fredericton for a doubleheader on Sunday. And Zach O'Hara's going to step in here to lead it off for the Royals, batting .244 on the season, 10 for 41. He was 0 for 3 with a strikeout here on Thursday night. Home plate umpire tonight is Jason Dunnett. Miles Brito down the third base line. Brian Cummings down the first base line. And that's inside for ball 1, and we are underway here at Ironman Field. An overcast and blustery Tuesday night. That is in there for a strike. The evens account at 1-1. It was very hot, very muggy, but just in the last 20 minutes or so, the wind has picked up and the sun has definitely gone behind some clouds. That is hard hit into center. We'll see if the wind does play a factor, swirling it around. Mike McKay makes the play, and the leadoff hitter is retired here tonight. Yeah, in the last 20 minutes or so, the wind has definitely picked up. The sun has gone away, and I can say, looking at the clouds, we're probably not going to see it again here tonight. So we will hope that it cools down slightly. And again, we hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday wherever you're watching from. Thank you for joining us here for the stream. And Craig Oliver's going to step in here with 1 out in the top of the first. And that is in there for a strike. Oliver, the 2022 New Brunswick Senior Baseball League batting champion, is hitting .286 so far on the season, 14 for 49. Was 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch here the other night. That is hit hard down the left field line, and that is going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to bounce off the wall. Langtang with a strong throw back to first, and he's got him by a mile at second base. Andrew Langtang plays that one off the wall perfectly, and Oliver thrown out at second by an easy 10 feet for the second out here of the first inning. Again, that was a hard hit ball from Oliver, but it hit about 4 feet up on the wall. Langtang played it great and threw it in the air to second baseman Charlie Molson, who just had to turn around and apply the tag and could do so with plenty of time. So 2 out here. And that is in there for strike 1 to Dan Bertrand. Bertrand on the season is hitting .326, 14 for 43. And that's a bouncer right back to Walls. Up with it, and the throw to first. And the Royals will go in order here in the first. They did have a single erased on a great throw and play at second base. But nothing across here in the top of the first inning. And a quick one for Jamie Walls. He only throws 6 pitches. And we will go to the bottom of the first inning here from Ironman Field with no score. Let's take a look at the lineup tonight for the Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen. Mike McKay, the center fielder, is leading off. Dylan Lester is batting second, the shortstop. Jeff Watkin is batting third tonight and catching. Tyler McKay is batting fourth and playing third base. Jake Cook, the DH, is batting fifth. Logan Walsh, the first baseman, batting sixth. Tyrell Hebert, the right fielder, batting seventh. Andrew Langtang, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Charlie Molson The second baseman is batting ninth. Thomas Hoyt takes to the hill, making his first pitching appearance of the season for the Fredericton Royals. He did pitch for them in 2022 as he made 5 appearances across 17 in the third innings, had a 1-3 record with a 6.87 ERA. And again, the big theme that we always talk about here on the broadcast is the Ironman ability to get on base for free. Coming into tonight, the Ironmen have 59 walks and have been hit by 32 pitches. That is 91 free base runners. So for Hoyt to have some success tonight, he is going to have to limit the free passes. And again, first time he has stepped on a mound in game action this year. In his 17 and a third innings last year, he did walk 12. So he'll be looking to keep that number down here tonight. Again, we'll take one quick look at the defense behind Hoyt for the Royals. Left to right in the outfield, it is Munn, Ryan, and Bertrand. Left to right in the infield, O'Hara, Esty, Oliver, and McDonald. And again, his battery mate tonight, the Hoyt and Hoyt Law Firm, are pitching and catching tonight. And Mike McKay is going to step in here to lead it off. He leads the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League with a .475 batting average so far on the season. Is 19 for 40. Also has 8 walks and has been hit by a pitch 10 times coming into tonight. Only one back of the 11 from last season. So here we go in the bottom of the Ironman first. And that is outside for a ball. So McKay, Lester, and Watkin here in the bottom of the first for the Ironman. Hoyt working from the stretch. And that is down for ball 2. So McKay up quick in the count here, 2-0. Hoyt's got the sign, comes set now. And that is outside for ball 3. So Hoyt digging himself a hole here to McKay early as he's falling behind 3-0. And here comes. And that is in there for a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike now. The leadoff hitter, McKay. That is fouled back. So that'll run it full now. So Hoyt with a couple of nice fastballs after falling behind 3-0. So here comes the full count pitch. And that hits him. So that'll be McKay's 11th hit by pitch of the season, tying his total from 2022. And again, that is the Ironman 33rd hit by pitch of the season. So runner at first. And again, McKay, no stranger to the stolen base, has 5 on the season as well. And that'll bring up Dylan Lester, who is hitting .368 so far, 7 for 19 on the season. And he's going to bat here with a big hole on the right side and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And that is in there for a strike. So Hoyt gets ahead quickly here, 0-1. McKay with a average size lead over at first. And that is a curveball down. So that'll even the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Hoyt is set now. Long look over to McKay at first. And that is down, I believe, for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike's the count here for the number 2 hitter, Lester. That is a bounder up the middle. Taylor made double play ball. 6-4, and he's off the bag at first. So a bad throw there from Oliver trying to convert the other end of the double play. So that will end up being a fielder's choice. McKay is erased at second, and Lester will reach on the fielder's choice. So one out here as McKay and Lester change places. That'll bring up Jeff Watkin, hitting .268 on the season so far, 11 for 41. Has a double, a triple, and a home run as well, and has walked a league-leading 16 times. So Lester over at first here now with one out after the fielder's choice. And that is in there for a strike. A few words about that pitch. 0-1 is the count. Hoyt with a long look over to first. And that is in there for strike two. So quickly ahead 0-2 here now is Hoyt to Watkin. So runner at first here with one out in the bottom of the first inning. 0-2 is the count here to Watkin. And that is hit high in the air. Foul territory on the first base side. And McDonald, oh, he makes the play. Wow. It popped out of his glove. He got a bare hand on it. And then as he dove, he was able to sort of roll onto his back and able to make the play. So an adventurous pop out to first base for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring Tyler McKay to the plate here. Tyler hitting .378 on the season so far with 14 hits. Has a double and a home run as well, 7 RBIs. So two out here in the bottom of the first. And that is in the dirt, and that's going to move Lester up to second. So a wild pitch by Hoyt. So that moves the runner up to scoring position now with two out. Ironman RBI leader Nick Leggett not in the lineup tonight. Leads the league with 18 on the season so far. McKay filling in the cleanup spot, looking to pick up the slack, and just fouled in the third baseline. That'll even the count at 1-1. So 1-1's the count here. Two out in the bottom of the first. The runner at second is Lester, who reached on a fielder's choice, which erased leadoff hitter Mike McKay, who reached after a hit by pitch. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike, and that runs the count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here now with 2 out. Hoyt trying to get out of the first inning with no damage here. And that is down. So that'll run at 2-2. So here comes the 2-2. 2-2, 2 out. That is a banner. That's going to be a tough play for Esty, able to get it on the backhand. They're actually going to go to third and get Lester, who was running on the play. I think that might have been the only play they had. So it is a 6-5 to end the inning on the fielder's choice. So the Ironmen get nothing in the bottom of the first. So we have one complete inning in the books here from Ironman Field on a special edition of Tuesday Night Baseball, and we have no score. We'd like to thank our sponsors of the stream, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. Come on and meet the new owners, Carol and Jamie McDonald, and try some pub favorites. Our famous crispy beer-battered haddock fish and chips is served with our signature house-made tartar sauce, lemon wedge, and slaw. Now open 11/11, Tuesday to Saturday, and now open on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we go to the top of the second inning here. It's going to be Esty to lead it off for the Royals. Esty on the season is hitting .302, 13 for 43 so far. And that is in dirt for ball one. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. So 1-1 is the count here to Esty. That is in the dirt. We'll run it to 2-1. So the Royals only sent 3 to the plate in the first, but they did have a hit. It was a single from Craig Oliver who hit it off the wall and was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. So it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the second inning. And that is a ball again. So that'll run it to 3-1. So 3-1 is the count here to the leadoff hitter, Esty, for the second inning. And that is in there for strike 2. Esty thought about it, checked his swing, but nods his head in approval of the strike call from home plate umpire Jason Dunnett. So a full count here. Wells in the long looking at the sign here from Watkin. And that is slashed deep to left field. Langtang is back. He's not going to make the play. And again, trying to make another play. That throw will not be as good. So that'll be a double for Esty to lead off the second inning here. And again, we talked about it earlier in the game. That wind is swirling around out there. And that ball off the end of the bat from Esty just kept tailing. Langtang got turned around out there. So it landed on the warning track. So that'll be a leadoff double. And the Royals are in business here to start the second inning. And that is in there for a strike. To the first baseman, Jordan McDonald. Limited action on the season for McDonald so far, but he is 6 for 13. Good enough for a .462 average. Does have a home run and 3 RBIs to his credit as well. He bats here with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. And that is fair ball down the first baseline. So that'll bring in the first run of the ball game. And an RBI single for Jordan McDonald, and the Royals have a 1-0 lead. McDonald got a pitch he liked there and rifled it down the first baseline inside the bag. Esty scores easily from second on that one. Esty with the wheels. He is the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League leader in stolen bases with 9, so he scored easily on that one. That's on the outside part of the plate for a strike. So that'll bring up the catcher, Nick Hoyt, now. Hoyt on the season hitting .323 with a double. 10 for 31. That is a ground ball to short. Lester up with it, and he bobbles. He's going to have and he's out at first base. So Lester bobbles it at short, so unable to turn the double play, but makes a strong throw across the diamond to retire Hoyt. So the Ironmen do get an out on the play. It is 6-3 and is the first out of the inning here. Looked like a tailor-made double play ball, but kind of bounced up on Lester just a little bit, so he's able to knock it down and make a strong throw across the diamond. And a good stretch over there from tonight's first baseman, Logan Walsh. So 1 out here. Jordan McDonald moves up to second on the play. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Matt Munn. That is out. Oh, that is on the very outside part of the plate for a strike. Munn on the season, 6 for 32 so far, 188 average. That's up and away for a ball. Munn against Walls here on Thursday night was 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and also struck out twice. Here comes the 1-1. There's a swing and a miss for strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here with 1 out. And there's a swing and a miss for strike three. First strikeout of the night for Walls, and the second out here of the second inning. So that'll bring up the designated hitter Pascal McCarthy here with 2 out. McCarthy has 9 plate appearances, 7 at-bats on the season, is 2 for 7 for 286 average. A couple of walks thrown in there as well. 2 out and runner at second here as he tries to keep the Royals inning going here. That's a curveball in there for strike one. Have to say, home plate umpire Jason Dunnett has been generous with the strike zone so far. Inside, outside at least from where we're sitting. And that is in there for strike two. And McCarthy has some words for home plate umpire there. And we hear some chirping from the Fredericton Royals side of the field, unhappy with the strike zone. Hard for us to judge up and down from up here, but inside, outside, I will say it has been pretty liberal so far. So 0-2. And there's a swing and a miss, strike three, so that'll end the inning. So Walls battles back with a couple of strikeouts, but he does give up a run. Inning and a half in the books here so far from Ironman Field. It's the Fredericton Royals 1 and your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen no score. Leadoff double. So we go to the bottom of the second here. It's going to be Jake Cook leading it out for the Ironmen as the Royals have jumped out to a 1-0 lead after an RBI single by Jordan McDonald. So Cook steps in here. 281 on the season so far, 9 for 32. That's in there for a strike. That is outside for a ball. Cook showing signs of busting out a little bit after a slow start to the season. Hit a couple balls hard here the other night, including a 2-run double in the 5-run fifth inning. That was the difference here Thursday night. Here comes the 1-1. That is slashed down the left field line, but it's going to be foul. The Ironmen come into tonight as a team hitting .299 on the season again. We talked a lot about the 91 free passes. And that is with a couple of their big middle-of-the-order bangers, Jeff Watkin and Jake Cook, off to slow starts. But like I said, they've been coming on as of late. And that is a check swing appeal down to third. And third base umpire Miles Burrito says he didn't go. 2-2 is the count. Yeah, you've seen Watkin and Cook both been hitting the ball hard as of late. And that is a hard, that's going to get past the shortstop, SD. That should certainly be scored an error, I would think. But we will see. And they call it a hit. A very, very hard hit ball that kind of handcuffed the shortstop, SD. Will be called a hit. So that'll bring Logan Walsh to the plate now. The junior affiliate will bat here with a runner at first and one out. And that is in there for a strike. Walsh does have 26 at-bats on the season. Is hitting .269, 7 hits. Does have a double in there and 5 RBIs as well. So again, the Ironmen trying to get that run back in a hurry here in the bottom of the second. That is outside and run the count to 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. Jake Cook is over at first after a base hit. Screamer that handcuffed the shortstop, Adam Esty. Ironman being very, very cautious with the lefty Hoyt on the mound. Now he's going to come over here. First look at the move. I'm assuming that'll be the B move. We'll see if Hoyt unleashes the A move here. But like I said, the Ironmen have been pretty tentative over at first base so far. And that is in the dirt. And there'll be a snap throw down to first, but nowhere close to the bag. And Cook back in plenty of time. That was a ball, so that runs into 2 balls, 1 strike now. So 2-1 is the count here to Logan Walsh. And that is popped up first base side. McDonald's looking, but that is going to be out of play into the second row. Looks like everybody came away unscathed over there. So that runs the count to 2-2 now. So 2-2 is the count here to Walsh. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Cook the runner at first. Again, just a average lead over there. And that is a banner to third. And that's going to get down the line past the third baseman. Cook is going to come around. That ball just died in the grass. He's going to be into third safely. And the throw into third allows Walsh to move up all the way to second. The Ironmen have runners at second and third with nobody out. Walsh hit that ball down the line past the diving O'Hara, who was playing in a little bit. May have had a chance to dive for it if he was playing back some, but he was playing kind of even with the bag. And that ball got out into the grass. Munn had a long way to run as he was very deep. So it is a double for Walsh. And that will bring up Hebert, who takes ball 1. So the Ironmen, after giving up that run in the top of the second, threatening here in the bottom. Second and third here with nobody out. And Hebert at the dish. That is a bounder foul, even the count at 1-1. Hebert on the season is hitting .194 so far. 7 for 36. Does have a home run and 4 RBIs. The Royals here, 3 of the 4 infielders playing back, conceding the run. O'Hara's kind of playing even with the bag. So give himself a little bit of a chance if he needs it. And that is a ball. Is a little bit of a floater curveball there. Stayed up and away. So 2 balls, 1 strike is the count here. As the Ironmen try to get that run back and more here in the bottom of the second inning. As they've strung together a couple of hits here. There's a big swing from Hebert. Catches himself some air, and that runs the count now to 2-2. So 2-2. Hoyt's got the sign. He comes set. Here he comes. That is in the dirt. That was well out in front of home plate, and that wild pitch will allow the run to score, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Not sure what that was from Hoyt, but that bounced a good 4 feet in front of home plate, and it caught Nick Hoyt, the catcher's shoulder, on the way by after he spiked it in front. Allowed Jake Cook to score easily on the wild pitch. So this is a 1-1 game now. This should be a full count here. And the runner Walsh now moved up to third. So still an RBI situation for Hebert. And that is ball 4, as that is down. So we will have runners at the corners now here with nobody out. And that'll bring up Lantang. The left fielder, hitting .286 on the season so far, has 6 hits, all singles. And I'll tell you what, Lantang, no stranger to a bunt. And this might be a situation where he tries to maybe drag one out between the first, second hole. And that is down for a ball. And I'll tell you, just the way that the defense is set up here for the Royals, Oliver being very deep at second and McDonald holding the runner on at first, this could be a perfect situation for that drag bunt here. Try to pull it between first and second. That is down again for ball 2. So 2-0, here's the count as we get a little bit more of verbal unhappiness about the strike zone. And that is in there for a strike. So that'll run at 2 balls, 1 strike. As Hoyt kind of smiles into the dugout there, thinking that that was pretty much the same spot as the pitch before, I believe was his intention there. There goes Hebert, the runner, and they will fake the throw. So that is in there for a strike. So that takes the double play away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now here. Now the first baseman McDonald no longer has to hold. He's going to play just on the edge of the grass here. 2-2's the count. That is outside. So a full count now. The second baseman, Charlie Mawson, is on deck here. And then we'll be back to the top of the Ironman order. And that is a foul ball at home plate. So a full count remains to Langtang here. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Logan Walsh is at third. Tyrell Hebert is at second. Jake Cook has scored to tie this game. Scored on a wild pitch after a single and then advancing to third on a Logan Walsh double. And that is popped up in the infield. Oliver's going to get under it, and he's going to make the play, so that'll be the first out of the inning. So a fly out to the second baseman for out number 1. Runners will remain at second and third. That'll bring Charlie Mollison to the plate. Hitting .167 on the season, has 6 hits on the season so far, all singles, has 6 RBIs as well. And a chance for 1 or 2 more right here. The Royals looking like they're going to play corners in for Mollison. Hoyt comes set. Here comes the first pitch, and that is in there for a strike. As Hoyt gets ahead. Trying to work out of the damage here. Has given up a run so far. Second and third with nobody out. Now with 1 out after he induced the pop-up by Andrew Langtang. And that is a curveball in there for strike 2. Mollison going to step out and take a little break here. Reset as it's 0-2. And there's a swing and a miss, and that's in the dirt. They'll have to throw to first, and they will. So that'll be a strikeout 2-3 for the second out of the inning. So we still have runners at second and third here, and that's going to turn it back over to the top of the order for Mike McKay. McKay was hit by a pitch his first time and then erased on a fielder's choice. So again, the Ironmen still threatening here with 2 on and 2 out. And that is down for a ball. Have to consider this would be a huge shift in momentum if Hoyt can get out of this inning with only 1 run allowed. But he's going to have to get by Mike McKay to do it. And that is inside. I think Mike kind of shrugging his head thinking, why didn't I turn my leg into that one? For hit by pitch number 12. So 2-0 is the count here as McKay in the driver's seat. Hoyt comes set. That is in there for a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike now here. 2 out here in the bottom of the second. The Ironmen have scored 1 to tie the game. They have Logan Walsh at third, Tyrell Hebert at second. 2-1 is the count. And that's a curveball in there, and that'll catch the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So Hoyt battling back here now after falling behind 2-0. Has run the count to 2-2. He's got the sign, and he comes set. Here it comes. And swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hoyt limits the damage after he runs runners on second and third with nobody out, and he comes back pop up and 2 strikeouts. So the Ironmen do get 1 to tie the game. So after 2 innings here from Ironman Field, it is a 1-1 ball game. Tonight's game is sponsored by O'Donoghue's. Summer has arrived and patio season is in here. Enjoy a hot meal and a cold drink on our Water Street patio overlooking the beautiful Miramichi River. A great place to meet friends and family. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we're going to go to the top of the third here. It'll be the number 9 hitter, Jack Ryan. Taking a break from saving the world to play center field for the Fredericton Royals here tonight. And that is a bunt. And Tyler McKay up with a quick lay, throws over to first, and Logan Walsh unable to pick it. We'll see how they score that. And that's going to be scored an error. So that'll be E5. And a runner at first here. McKay played it well to take it away. Just had to throw in the little bit in the dirt over there, and first baseman Walsh unable to come up with it. So the Royals have the leadoff runner on here, and they've turned it back over to the top of the order for O'Hara, who flew out to center field his first time. That is fouled right back here for strike 1. Again, we will be live 2 nights from now, Thursday night, as the Moncton Fisher Cats will be in town for a 7:30 start. We'll be live on the Ironman Facebook and YouTube pages, the only official places to catch your Chatham Ironman. There goes the runner, and not sure what happened there. Watkin kind of slipped or couldn't get his footing there. So that'll be a stolen base for Ryan. Watkin tried to fish that out of the glove and fire it down, but couldn't quite get his footing. So now the runner at second with nobody out here for the Royals. 1-1 is the count to O'Hara, and that is in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 is the count here. Ball set, comes in. That is on the outside corner for strike 2. Some words of encouragement from Royals third base coach Derek Wilson, telling him to take that the other way. See if he makes that adjustment here. And he does not, as he swings and misses through it for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning here. Third strikeout of the game for Walls. So it'll be 1 out, and we'll move to the number 2 hitter, Craig Oliver. Hit a long single his first time, tried to stretch it into a double, and was thrown out at second by left fielder Andrew Langtang. Runner at second is Ryan, who reached after an error and a stolen base. It's a 1-1 ball game here. And that is up for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. Wall's got the signs, come set. Has a swing and a miss at a slider down in the zone. And it'll even the count at 1-1. So 1-1 is the count here with 1 out in the top of the third. And that is fouled back. Look out on the first base side. So 1-2 is the count here. Walls, his last 3 outs he's recorded have all been strikeouts. Looking to continue that trend here. And that is a ball up in the zone. So that'll run it to 2-2 now. So here comes the 2-2. And that is a fly ball into center field. Mike McKay saunters over about 7 or 8 feet to our left, or our right, his left. And that is out number 2 as Oliver flies out. So that'll bring Bertrand up. Grounded out to the pitchers last time. So here we go. 2 out here in the bottom of top of the third. Walls with a long look out to second. Lester covering. And that is high for a ball. And that is outside for a ball. So Bertrand ahead here 2-0. We'll see how aggressive Walls is to the Royals number 3 hitter with first base open here in 2 out. Esty, though, no slouch on deck. So sort of a pick your poison kind of situation here if you're Ironman starter Jamie Walls. That is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. The 2-0 curve piece. I'm sure Bertrand wasn't looking for that. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the count. 2 out in the top of the third. Royals threatening with a runner at second. And that is a ball. A little up. Ryan reached on an error by the third baseman Tyler McKay and then stole second. And he remains there. 3-1 here is the count to Bertrand. And there's a big swing. So that'll run the count full now here. So full count, 2 out in the top of the third. 1-1 ball game. The Royals with a runner in scoring position out at second base. He has been now for a couple of hitters. Wall's looking to get out of this with no damage. He comes set. He's got what he likes in there, and that is a high fly ball behind second. Mike McKay with a long run, but he will get there and make the play. So the leadoff runner reaches, but a strikeout and a couple of flyouts to center field, and Walls limits the damage to nothing. 2.5 innings in the books here on a special Tuesday edition of O'Donoghue's Ironman Baseball. It is the Fredericton Royals 1, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 1. We'll be back in a minute with the bottom of the third as it's Lester, Watkin, and McKay due up. So we go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be the Ironman import, Dylan Lester, leading it off here. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Looking to get something started here in the bottom of the Ironman third of a 1-1 ball game. Ironman threatened in the second. Had runners at second and third with nobody out, but unable to convert more than the one that they got. And that is a curveball in there for a strike. As Hoyt comes back out here for the third, trying to be a little more efficient here in this inning. And that is inside for a ball. So 1-1 is the count. So again, Lester, Watkin, and McKay here, the schedule hitters in the bottom of the third for the Big Red Machine. Here comes the 1-1 from Hoyt. And that is down for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. See if Lester gets something to sit on here. And that is in the other batter's box into the screen. So that'll run at 3-1 now. So 3-1's a count. Hoyt has a sign. It comes set. And that is in there for strike 2 right at the bottom of the zone. So that'll run it full now. Got to come with that again here. So Hoyt's got it. Here we go. Full count pitch. And that is a base hit into left field. Very hard hit ball by Lester. And that's into left field for a single. So that's how the Ironmen start at the bottom of the third. So Watkins going to come to the plate here now. Popped out to the first baseman on an adventurous catch by Jordan McDonald in foul territory as he got a glove on it, then a hand, rolled over on his back, and was able to corral it. So Lester's over at first after a leadoff single. And that is in there for strike one on the inside part of the plate. So Hoyt's ahead here, 0-1. That's a curveball outside for a ball. Hoyt's been trying to turn that curveball over to the righties, but has missed outside several times. See if he can make that small little adjustment. And that is inside, almost clipped Watkin. And that'll run the count 2-1 here. So Watkin ahead in the count here, 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Dylan Lester is the runner at first base after a screaming base hit through the left-hand side. So Hoyt's got the sign. And that was a easy move to pick up. Heard about 17 people yell back on that play. Down the first base line. It was the Ironman faithful as well as the bench getting involved in helping the runners pick up the lefty move. So back in here for the 2-1. That is fouled right back. Coming right into your living room. Whoa, that one. Close. So 2-2 is the count here now after we check to make sure everybody's got all their fingers and toes. And that ball's in the dirt. Lester thought about it, jumped off, and he gets back down to first. Hoyt kind of hesitated with snapping that down to first, which allowed Lester to get back. Lester aggressively taking an extended lead after that ball was in the dirt. So that runs the count full now here to Watkin. So full count here, nobody out in the bottom of the third inning in a 1-1 ball game. And that is a foul tip and caught by the catcher for strike 3. So Watkin goes down swinging, and that'll bring up McKay here with 1 out. So 1 out here. Lester is the runner at first. McKay hit into a inning-ending fielder's choice his first time. Hit a ground ball to short, which pulled the third baseman Esty towards third, and he actually flipped to third. And they tagged Lester out to end the inning. That ball is low and in for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 now. And that is a ball. Hoyt thought about snapping it down to first, but hangs on to it. So 2-0 the count now to McKay. Hoyt comes set. All right, folks, we're back. So Adam Esty struck out looking here to start the top of the fourth. We apologize for the technical problems, but when you're doing these things live, it's outside of your control sometimes, and you're dealing with the internet and all things technology. The Ironman did not go any further in the bottom of the third. Jake Cook grounded out to second to end the inning. And that is a pop-up first base side. And Logan Walls, he makes the play. Another adventurous play by a first baseman in foul territory, as Walsh had that one pop out of his glove and then slapped it with his bare hand and picked it up with the glove. That's the second time. And funny enough, that's McDonald, who did kind of a similar thing earlier on a circus play over at first base. So that'll bring up Hoyt now, the catcher, Nick Hoyt, and that's in there for strike one. So, yeah, McDonald took one away earlier on an adventurous circus play and then gave one back there as Logan Walsh makes a little bit of an oopsie doodle in front of the Ironman bench. There's a swing and a miss for strike two. So 0-2, 2 out here in the top of the fourth. And that is inside for a ball. Both teams have run on 3 hits to this point. The Ironmen have committed an error. The Royals so far tossing a clean sheet. Here comes the 1-2, and that is way outside. Trying to get him chasing. Hoyt not having it. Hoyt grounded out to short his first time and is in a 2-2 situation here. Grounded to second. Molson up with it. Little flip to first, and that's going to be the inning. So 3 up, 3 down in the fourth. Go the Royals. Halfway home here at Ironman Field as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is the Fredericton Royals 1 and your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 1. Tonight's stream is sponsored by O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. Our summer menu is out now. Try the new Classic Reuben, a pub favorite grilled to perfection. Corned beef shaved thin on marble rye with melted Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, and just a smidge of dressing. Served with fries or salad and a dill pickle. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday, and now open extended Sunday hours from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And check out their Facebook page for extended midnight Irish Festival hours next week. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So here we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's going to be Logan Walsh leading it off. Walsh had a double his first time. Ended up being stranded at third, as the Ironmen were only able to cash in one. 1-1 here as we start the bottom of the fourth, as we're in a bit of a pitcher's duel. Both Thomas Hoyt and Jamie Walls done a great job at limiting the damage here tonight. Both have encountered base runner situations, and both have been able to bear down and limit the damage for their respective teams. Here's the 1-0 to Walsh, and that is popped up. That's going to be out. Out behind the plate, so that's going to even the count here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yep, 1 ball, 1 strike here to the Ironman first baseman Walsh. That is inside for a ball. Two balls, 1 strike. And that is high and deep to left field from Walsh. That is going to be just short of the wall. So that'll be the second double of the game for Logan Walsh. So he put a charge into that one. I think the only thing that kept that in the ballpark was the way the wind is swirling here in the field tonight, because he put a charge into that one. So leadoff double here in the bottom of the fourth, as I have Brian over taking my picture over here, distracted me. So the Ironman threatening again here, and that is outside for ball 1, as Tyrell Hebert is going to be up here. So 1-0, here's the count. Long look out to second from Hoyt, another look. And that is fouled off at the plate, and that one caught Hoyt, I think maybe in the bare hand. He's going to take a second here, and home plate umpire Jason Dunnett's going to do a little courtesy trip out to the mound just to give the Royals catcher an extra second after he wore that one. So runner at second here after a leadoff double from Walsh. Here's the 1-1 now to Hebert. That is a curveball. That is bounced to third. Walsh will hold at second. Tough play for Esty, and he's going to make it. A great cross-body throw to get Hebert over at first base, and that's going to be the first out of the inning here. Walsh did feign like he was going to go to third, but Esty did a great job going to his right, throwing cross-body to get Hebert. So that's going to be 1 out now. Walsh, the runner, remains at second. And here's Andrew Langtang, who flew out to second his first time. And now we have the Ironman dugout unhappy with home plate umpire Jason Dunnett's strike zone, as that was called strike 1 on a pitch they thought was down. And that ball is in the dirt, and Hoyt got enough of it to make Walsh think about it twice. He decided to stay. One and 1 here is the count, with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. And that is in there for strike 2. So 1 and 2 is the count here to Langtang. That is fouled off at the plate. So the count remains 1 and 2 here. So Walsh is the runner at second after a leadoff double. Hebert grounded out 6-3. And it's 1-2 here to Lantang. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Hoyt. And the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Charlie Malson, who is one of those 4 strikeout victims. So 2 out here. And that is in there for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count here to Malson. 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. That is a ball back up the middle. And Oliver not going to be able to make the play as he tried to kind of wrap around it and get himself in a position to make a throw, and it bounced up off his wrist. We'll see what they score that. They score that a hit. So that's a base hit for Charlie Malson, based on what I can only assume is some hometown scoring from the guys down below. So runners at the corners now, and Mike McKay at the dish. And that is foul down the third baseline. McKay's 0 for 1 so far, has struck out and been hit by a pitch. He bats here with runners on the corners and 2 out here. So the Ironmen, yet again, much like they did in the 2nd, threatening with runners in scoring position. I think we had a couple extra people join in the back calls there for that very deliberate pickoff over to first. So 0-1 is the count here to McKay. That is called a strike on the inside part of the plate. And the Ironmen now have had some issues with the strike zone here in this inning. Something that has been a bit of a contentious issue on both sides as this game has gone on. Critical situation here, and that hit him. Oh, and we have a bit of words exchanged here between the pitcher and the hitter, as that's another hit by pitch for McKay. Okay, we're going to have the umpires kind of try to calm things down here. So that is the 2nd hit by pitch of the game for McKay. And now tempers are starting to flare up a little bit here. So we will see. And now the bases are loaded here. So if you're the Royals and thinking about doing something not smart, this is not the situation to do it in. And that is fouled into the third base dugout. So Hoyt right back in here trying to get ahead. And he does so, 0-1. And again, Hoyt's complaint was that McKay was right on top of the plate. Something he has become known for. Again, 12 hit by pitches on the season now. That is a fair ball down the line. That's going to score 2, and the Ironmen take the lead 3-1. He is safe at second base. A 2-run double, and the boys are fired up now as it's 3-1, and rightfully so. So again, the Ironmen have been threatening a couple of times during the ball game and finally get the big hit they were looking for. As Dylan Lester wraps a 2-run double down the line. And just like that, it's 3-1. And now here comes Watkin. That is a curveball up and away for ball 1. So a 2-run double here now, and the Ironmen still with runners at second and third with 2 out here. And Watkin at the dish. And that is down and away for ball 2. So if you're Hoyt here, you do have first base open, and Tyler McKay on deck. So we'll see if he's willing to give in to Watkin here. 2-0. Watkin in the game so far is 0-2. Popped out to first base and struck out. And that is down for ball 3. And we're going to get some stirring going on down in the Royals bullpen. We'll see if we can see who it is. And that might actually be, looks like that might be Cornell down there. We'll see. And that is ball 4. So Hoyt didn't want anything to do with Watkin there as Watkin draws his 17th walk of the season. And we're going to load it up here for Tyler McKay. As I try to find the lineups here in my absolute filthy mess of items I have on the desk. And that is Cam Urquhart warming up down in the bullpen as the program has a few inconsistencies with the numbers. Urquhart, who started here against the Ironmen. And that is down for a ball. So nowhere to put McKay here. Urquhart started here Thursday night. Yeah. Thanks. We were trying to sort out. We had a few numbers messed up on the program here, so we're working through that. It's hard to see all the way down there in right field, but we got her now. So base is loaded here, and Tyler McKay ahead in the count 2-0. So if you're Hoyt here, you got nowhere to put him. And that is ball 3. Yeah, we knew he was the coach, but on the program it has 29 listed as his number, which is who's warming up down there. So we had to pull up the old lineup card to make sure we had everything in order, and we got her now. So 3-1 is the count here, and 3-1 is the score. McKay calls time, steps out here. Huge situation here for both teams. Chance for the Ironmen to pile on here. Bases loaded, 3-1 count. They've scored a couple in the innings so far. And that is ball 4. So Tyler McKay with the bases loaded walk will bring in a run. And that'll make it 4-1. And that's going to bring Derek Wilson out of the Royals dugout for a very slow walk towards the pitcher's mound. So we'll see if he's going to make a change here or if this is just going to be a conversation to see if you can try to get out of this inning. You have to think it's a favorable matchup here with Hoyt against the lefty Cook. Cook is 1 for 2, though, in the game with a single and a run scored. Maybe this is a send a message. Just listen, bear down here. You've gotten out of a couple of jams already. And have to try to get out of one more here as the Ironmen have put 3 across in the inning. Still have the bases loaded here with 2 out. So Cook steps in, as I said, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored, is also grounded out to second. And that is outside for a ball. And again, nowhere to put him here. That is inside 2-0. So again, with the bases loaded, Hoyt has once again fallen behind the hitter 2-0. Right after coming off a bases loaded walk to Tyler McKay. This is the 9th Ironman hitter of the inning. And that is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. The man in the on-deck circle, Logan Walsh, got us all started here earlier this inning with a double. He eventually scored on a 2-run double by Dylan Lester. And that is down for a ball, and that'll be 3-1. So 3-1's the count. So again, if you're Hoyt, you got nowhere to put him. And that is fouled back as Cook took a mighty hack at that one. So that runs the count full. So full count, 2 out here. So the runners will get a little bit of a head start. And again, Hoyt has to come with a strike here. Not sure. Third base umpire Miles Brito came in, had something to say to Hoyt there. I noticed he had a little bit of a shoulder wiggle on his last pitch. So maybe he was kind of just telling him to cut that out. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cook goes down. So the Ironmen do score 3 in the inning. So after 4 complete here from Ironman Field, it is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 4. The Fredericton Royals 1. I'd like to thank our sponsors of the stream, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. Come on down and meet the new owners, Carol and Jamie McDonald, and try some pub favorites. Our famous crispy beer battered haddock fish and chips is served with our signature house-made tartar sauce, lemon wedge, and slaw. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday. Make sure you check their Facebook page for extended midnight Irish festival hours next week. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we head to the top of the 5th inning here. It's been a ball game here on this Tuesday night from Ironman Field. First off, we want to thank everybody out there, wherever you're tuning in from tonight. If you're watching on Facebook.com/Chatham Ironmen or YouTube.com/Chatham Ironmen. Also like to thank our friends at Elitecast Media for bringing you the sights and sounds of tonight's ball game. I am, of course, the voice of the Chatham Ironmen, Chris Jardine, and we're going to start the top of the 5th inning with the left fielder Matt Munn. Struck out his first time. So Jamie Walls has been staked to a 4-1 lead here now. After the Ironmen score 3, the bottom of the 4th inning. And let's see what Walls can do with a lead. He's ahead here, 0-1. And that is on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Looked like a little cutter there, or a bit of a harder slider. And that is high, a little bit of a waster there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here. And that is high again. So that runs the count now even 2-2. The Royals with a run on 3 hits so far. That run coming back in the 2nd inning. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3 as Munn goes down for the 2nd time. fifth strikeout of the ball game for Walls. So McCarthy's going to step in here. Struck out his first time as well, back in the second. Oh, and that is up and in. High and tight here to McCarthy. As a bit of a hush falls over the field here. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. He comes back 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strikes account here with 1 out. That's a curveball in there for strike 2. Again, McCarthy not a fan of that. He got called on a similar pitch for a called strike in his first at bat. And he kind of turns around and has a bit of a question for the home plate umpire. And that is outside for a ball. This Walls trying to nibble there with a changeup. So it's 2-2 here. And here comes the pitch. That is outside. Just outside off the edge. So that runs it full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wallace has the sign. He comes set. And that is popped out of play down the first baseline. So the count will stay 3-2 here. So the Royals designated hitter McCarthy. Urquhart no longer warming up in the Royals bullpen. So we'll see if there's going to be a change here. As Hoyt has battled through 4 innings, has allowed 4 runs on 6 hits. Here's the 3-2 again. That is right there for strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Walls, his 5th and 6th of the game. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Jack Ryan. Bunted to third base his last time, which resulted in a throwing error from third baseman Tyler McKay, and stole second and made it no further. And that's in there for strike 1. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Tuesday from wherever you're watching from tonight. I know we've got people watching from Texas. Thank you guys for joining us here. That is fouled away, 0-2. Wherever you're enjoying Tuesday Night Ironman Baseball, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. And the good guys are sitting on a 4-1 lead right now as Jamie Walls is 1 strike away from getting out of the 5th inning, as he's up 0-2 here to the number 9 hitter, Jack Ryan. And that is on the inside part of the plate, called strike 3. Walls strikes out the side, his 4th, 5th, and 6th of the game. And that's going to do it for the Royals in the top of the 5th. So nothing's for the Royals. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's going to be Logan Walsh, Tyrell Hebert, and Andrew Langtang due up for the Ironman. And it's your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 4, the Fredericton Royals 1. So Logan Walsh was going to lead off the bottom of the fifth here for the Ironmen. Having a heck of a ball game so far. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, and a run scored. Ironman sent all 9 men to the plate in the fourth. So looking to keep that momentum going here in the bottom of the fifth. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Walsh hit a double down the left field line just inside the third base bag back in the second. And hit a double that short hopped the wall here last inning. And that is down and away for a ball. Decent little crowd here on a Tuesday night at Ironman Field. Enjoying the big red machine being out to a 4-1 lead. Easy for you to say. And that ball bounced 5 feet in front of home plate and to the screen. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Hoyt's done that a few times in this game. I'm not sure what pitch that is he's throwing, but having a hard time locating it. And that is slashed the other way. Have a ball game, Logan Walsh. His 3rd hit of the game as he stings a base hit into right field. The junior affiliate making the most of his appearance here tonight. So that'll bring up Hebert, who has singled and walked so far in the ball game. And bats here again with the leadoff man on in the bottom of the fifth as the Ironmen look to extend their lead. And that is in there for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to Hebert. Hoyt with a long look over to first base here. And he comes to the plate. And that is down per ball. 1-1 is the count here. Urquhart has gotten back to warming up in the bullpen for the Royals. And Walsh going on the play, and Hebert fouls that one back. So that'll be 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here. We'll see if Walsh is on the move here again after he was going on the last pitch. Not sure if that was a design hit and run, but Hoyt comes to the dish, and that is back up the middle. I think Hoyt got a piece of it. Esty's going to take it himself to second, and he throws over to first, and the first baseman comes off the bag. So it'll be a fielder's choice as Walsh is erased at second on the 6th unassisted. The throw pulled McDonald off the bag towards the outfield side. So Hebert and Walsh trade places here. And it's going to be 1 out now for Andrew Lantang. And that is in there for a strike. Lantang in the ball game has popped out to second and struck out 0-2. So 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Tyrell Hebert is the runner at first base. 0-1 count here to Lantang. That's just down for a ball. So 1-1 is the count here. Hebert dancing around over there at first, taking an extra step. That ball is bounded foul, and it'll run the count 1-2. We said at the onset the big task for Hoyt was to limit the free base runners The run they scored in the second was around a walk. That is in the dirt. 3 runs scored in the fourth with 2 free passes and a hit by pitch mixed in. Ironmen have 4 free base runners in the ball game. 5, my apologies. 3 walks, 2 hit by pitch. And that is a hard hit ball to second. Oliver's only play is going to be to first, as that ball pulled him well to his left. So it is a 4-3 ground out for Lantang for out number 2. Hebert moves up to second base. And that'll bring up Charlie Mawson. Mawson in the ball game is 1 for 2 as Singleton scored a run. So runner at second here. That's popped up back. So Hoyt gets ahead here, 0-1. So 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. He bears the runner at second. Ironman hanging on to a 4-1 lead. That is hit hard down the first baseline. That's a fair ball. Hebert is going to score easily. Mawson's going to round first. He's going to head to second, and he is going to be in there. An RBI double for Charlie Mawson, and it's 5-1. Mawson pulled that one down the line, and now we're going to have a conversation over at first base between the first baseman, Jordan McDonald, and the first base umpire, Brian Cummings. McDonald didn't seem to think that was a fair ball. I'll tell you, it's difficult for us to say up here because of the angle we're on, but it definitely looked like it was very close. The first base umpire was right on top of it. Either way, it's a Charlie Mawson double and an RBI. And we're back to the top of the order for Mike McKay. And that is down and away for a ball. McKay in the ball game is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, has been hit by pitch twice, pushing his total on the season to 12. And that is popped up, back of second. Oliver calls it and makes the play. So the Royals get out of it, but not before the Ironmen add one on a Charlie Mawson RBI double. So after 5 complete innings here from Ironman Field on this wonderful edition of Tuesday Night Baseball, it is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 5, the Fredericton Royals 1. Tonight's game is sponsored by O'Donoghue's. Summer has arrived and patio season is in full swing. Enjoy a hot meal and a cold drink on our Water Street patio overlooking the beautiful Miramichi River. A great place to meet friends and family. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday. And check out the O'Donoghue's Facebook page for some extended midnight hours for Irish Festival later this week. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. So we go to the top of the 6th here as Jamie Walls is back on the hill. And it's going to be the top of the Royals order as Walls is going to be facing O'Hara, Oliver, and Bertrand for the 3rd time. So O'Hara's going to lead it off here. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Has flown out to center field and struck out. So get the Royals' third baseman's done tonight. Royals find themselves down 5-1 here in the top of the sixth. But good part of the order coming up here. See if they can do some damage against the Ironman starter. And that is up and in. I think it got him. I guess not. Looked like a little slider or something maybe. I thought I heard it hit the sleeve, but I guess not. Obviously, I'm a fair bit of ways away, but Walls is falling behind now 2-0. And that is up and in 3-0. So Walls falls behind here. Now, Walls did have one messy inning a week ago, and that was the fifth inning. And it started with a leadoff walk on 4 pitches. And that time it was Adam Esty. He's fallen behind O'Hara here 3-0 to lead off the 6th inning here tonight. And that is in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate, and that'll run it to 3-1. So 3-1 is the count here. And that is outside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk to the leadoff hitter, O'Hara. The Royals are in business here to start the 6th inning. And Watkins going to call time and go out and talk to his starter here as Oliver comes to the dish. Oliver's 1 for 2 in the ball game with a single and a fly out to center field. No activity at the moment in the Royals bullpen, or the Ironman bullpen for that matter. So it's going to be Walls' opportunity to battle here. So O'Hara's over at first after a leadoff walk. And Oliver rips that one into left field, and that is going to go all the way into the corner. Langtang's going to be up with it, and they're going to hold O'Hara at third. So that's going to be a double for Oliver. And just like that, the Royals have runners at second and third with nobody out here in the 6th inning. And just like that, it looks like Zach Newman is popping out of the Royals the Ironman dugout and heading down to the bullpen. So second and third here with nobody out. Bertrand at the dish. And that is a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Bertrand. Bertrand's 0 for 2 in the game, has grounded out to the pitcher and flown out to center. And that is a ball, 2-0. And actually, it looks like Newman did go out, but it looks like Zach Goss is warming up in the bullpen out there. And that is a fly ball to left field. Lantang's underneath it here. That should be deep enough to score the runner from third. It will be. They will concede that run. The ball will come into third base smartly to keep the runner at second. So it is a sac fly RBI for Bertrand. And that makes it a 5-2 ball game. Again, smart defensive play there. Bring the ball into third and keep Oliver at second here. So that'll bring Esty up now with 1 out here in the 6th. Esty's 1 for 2 in the game, has doubled and scored and struck out looking his last time. That is a curveball in there for a strike. So 1 out, runner at second is Oliver. 5-2 ball game here. Again, the Ironmen have got Zach Goss, Goss has missed the last couple of games. He rolled his ankle here a few weeks ago. That is a grounder to second. Maulson up with it, and they're going to throw to first. So that'll be 4-3. SD is retired, but the runner does move up to third. The Ironmen exchanging bases for outs here, which is exactly what you want to do when you have a couple of run lead. So Oliver has moved up to third, and that'll bring Jordan McDonald to the plate. McDonald is 1 for 2 in the game, has an RBI single. Back in the second was the first Royals run of the ball game. Popped out to the first baseman in foul territory as Logan Walsh made a bit of a circus play back in the fourth. He bats here with 2 out and a runner at third, and that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. So Walsh gets ahead here 0-1. That is fouled back, and he's up quickly here 0-2 as he tries to limit the damage to 1. The Ironmen will have the 2-3-4 hitters, Lester, Watkin, and McKay, coming up in the bottom of the sixth. So 0-2 is the count. 2 out to the first baseman, McDonald. Oliver's the runner over at third. Had a double earlier in this inning. Walls with a long look in, finally has the one he wants. And that is hit into right field for a base hit, and that's going to make it a 5-3 ball game. And Walls visibly frustrated with himself after that one, as that was a 0-2 pitch. I think he was trying to get up and in and just didn't get it in enough. And McDonald strokes that into right field for his second RBI single of the ball game, as he's now 2 for 3 with a couple of ribbies. And that'll bring up Nick Hoyt now, who's 0 for 2 in the game, has grounded out to short, grounded out to second. And now represents the tying run. That is outside for a ball. And throw over to first here. Keeping McDonald honest over there. So 1-0 is the count here to the catcher, Nick Hoyt. And there's a big swing and a miss for strike one, as that evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one is the count. 2 out here. 5-3 Ironman lead. McDonald is the runner over at first base. Walls with a long look in there, and the hitter Hoyt will call time. And it'll be granted. Looks like Goss has finished his warm-up pitches on the bullpen as he puts his hoodie back on. That ball is out of play, and it'll be 1-2. I notice in the meantime, Urquhart, for the third time in this game, is warming up down in the Royals bullpen. We will see again. Hoyt, making his first appearance of the season, has done an admirable job and has thrown a lot of pitches. So we will see if Royals coach Derek Wilson brings him back out for the bottom of the sixth. And that is foul down the first baseline. The Royals find themselves in a very busy stretch as well. Again, they've played, this is their third game against the Ironmen in the last 12 days. They also had a game in there against the Alpines, a game they won 6-3 Friday night after the 7-3 loss to the Ironmen here on Thursday. That is outside for a ball. The Royals have 2 doubleheaders this weekend. They will host the Islanders for a double dip on Saturday, and then the Ironmen will be heading to Fredericton for a double dip on Sunday. The Royals also play Thursday night in St. John, so a busy stretch for the Royals. So if you're Royals head coach Derek Wilson, you are ecstatic that you've gotten 5 gutsy innings out of Thomas Hoyt here tonight in his first appearance of the year, especially considering that you have 5 more games the rest of this week in the next 6 days. Here comes the 2-2. That gets Hoyt. So Hoyt wears one there. So that will keep the inning going. And wait now. And they're going to have an issue here. I don't think Hoyt can hit for anybody but the designated hitter. So Hoyt has been announced here as the pinch hitter for the left fielder Munn, and I don't think that's possible. I think he can only hit for the designated hitter. We're going to have a conversation here at home plate as Hoyt has been announced as the pinch hitter for the left fielder Munn, but I don't think that's possible. And we're having a conversation here. Again, the designated hitter rules are complex at best. And I think we're going to get the umpires together here just to have a discussion about it. Because again, I think what Derek Wilson said to the home plate umpire is that Hoyt is going to enter the game as the center fielder. So that would have to mean that McCarthy would have to come into the game. So I think the discussion here is that Hoyt can only come into the game in McCarthy's spot, who is the designated hitter, who is not the scheduled hitter right now. The scheduled hitter is left fielder Matt Munn. The designated hitter, Pascal McCarthy, is in the on-deck circle. So now the 3 umpires here, Jason Dunnett, Miles Brito, and Brian Cummings, are having a discussion about the designated hitter rules. And again, as a former umpire, I can tell you the designated hitter rules are questionable at best and very, very difficult to understand from time to time. So they're having a lengthy discussion here. But like I said, my interpretation of it, and they may interpret otherwise, is that the only way Hoyt can enter the game is in McCarthy's spot. And now you can see Coach Derek Wilson has already brought Matt Munn back out of the dugout. And we have a decision here, and it looks like Munn is going to hit. And now Derek Wilson already says he's going to hit for the DH. So what we have here, so Munn will hit for himself again. The pitcher. So Munn will bat. As we have that all straightened out, Munn is over 2 with a couple of strikeouts here. So a little bit of a delay as we sorted out some designated hitter-related tomfoolery. So the situation as we reset, 2 out here in the top of the 6th. The Royals have already scored 2 in the inning, and they've got 2 on. They have runners at first and second. Jordan McDonald is the runner at second after an RBI single earlier. Nick Hoyt is the runner at first after a hit by pitch. And Munn fouls that one back for strike 1. And again, you see now Thomas Hoyt has now occupied the on-deck circle and will replace the designated hitter, Pascal McCarthy, which was the approved ruling from the umpiring crew here. And that is a big swing and a miss from Munn for strike 2. So Walls, after the visit, and all that was unfolding, Walls got a visit from Ironman coach Terry Leggett. Whatever he told him seems to have worked here as he's back up to a quick 0-2 jump here and is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Walls a long look out to second, comes set. And that is on the outside part of the plate, and it'll be called strike 3. The hat trick for Matt Munn ends the inning here. So the Royals do claw back with a couple, but they leave a couple on as well. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning here. It is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 5, the Fredericton Royals 3. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Royals have made a pitching change, which is what we expected after Thomas Hoyt was going to enter the game. He moves out to center field. We will try to get the full list of changes here. The new pitcher is Cam Urquhart. Has made 4 appearances on the season, has a 4.10 ERA, no decisions or saves, 13 and 2/3 innings, has allowed 13 hits, has 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Pitched here last Thursday night against the Ironmen. And he will enter here with his team trailing 5-3. So it's going to be Lester, Watkin, and McKay here for the Ironmen as they try to pile on some insurance here. So Dylan Lester's going to lead it off here. He's had himself a pretty decent ball game so far. Has a single and a double, couple RBIs as well. The big hit, a 2-run double his last time. He leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th. And that is high and tight for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here. And that is high and tight again for ball 2. Urquhart quickly falls behind 2-0. And that is in there for a strike, 2 balls, 1 strike. So that'll close the pitching line on Thomas Hoyt. Thomas Hoyt has moved to center field. The center fielder, Jack Ryan, has moved over to left field. Matt Munn is out of the game. And that is a ball. So that'll run at 3-1. Hoyt gives up 5 runs on 8 hits. The Royals have not committed an error in the ball game. He currently is saddled with the loss unless his team can get him off the hook in the 7th. And that is a mighty hack there from Dylan Lester on what was likely ball 4. So that'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As I think Lester broke his bat on that one, so he heads over to grab a new piece of lumber. And we'll jump back in here. So full count. And that is hit high and deep to left field, but that's going to hold up in the night and be caught out there by Ryan. That ball was stung, but as we've said, the ball not really carrying out to left field. It's more swaying around. So good piece of contact there from Lester, but all that is an F7 for the first out of the inning here. As Ryan moving to left field, gets quickly acclimated over there. And that'll bring up Jeff Watkin. Watkins over 2 in the ball game with a walk. Has popped out to the first baseman and struck out as well. He takes ball 1 outside. Urquhart now back in, and that is outside for ball 2. That is a mighty hack there from Watkin at the 2-0. Fouled back. Watkin trying to put a charge into that one. Fouled it off. So 2-1 here is the count. And there's a big swing and a miss there from Watkin on a slider. And that'll even the count now at 2-2. So 2-2 here with one out in the bottom of the sixth inning. That is fouled back. So 2-2 is the count here with one out. We reset. And that is a, check swing. Watkins going to hustle down the line, but he's going to get raced there by the first baseman, McDonald. So that'll be a 3 unassisted for out number 2. That'll bring up Tyler McKay. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Had an RBI bases loaded walk his last time. So McKay is going to bat here with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. And that's in there for strike 1. And that's fouled back for strike 2. So Urquhart quickly up here 0-2. So 0-2 here is the count to McKay. 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here it comes. And that is inside. I think it might have looked like it might have grazed him there, but McKay doesn't react to it, and will keep on keeping on with a 1-2 count here. Reset, and here we go. And that is a hard hit ball to third. O'Hara up with it. Cross the diamond, he makes the play. So it's a 1-2-3 inning of relief for Urquhart as he shuts the Ironman down here in the bottom of the 6th. And it'll turn it over to the last kick at the can for the Royals in the 7th, as it is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 5 and the Fredericton Royals 3. Tonight's stream is sponsored by O'Donoghue's Irish Pub. Our summer menu is out now. Try the new Classic Reuben, a pub favorite, grilled to perfection. Corned beef shaved thin on marble rye with melted Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, and a smidge of dressing. Served with fries or salad and a dill pickle. Now open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday. Check the O'Donoghue's Facebook page for extended midnight Irish Fest week hours. O'Donoghue's, welcome to your pub. And as we go to the 7th inning here, the Ironmen are making a pitching change. So Jamie Walls will leave this game in the hands of the Ironman closer, Zach Goss. Goss, making his 8th appearance of the season, has a 2-1 record and an 8.29 ERA. So far on the season, in 12 2/3 innings, he has allowed 18 hits, 15 runs. Does have 8 strikeouts and 9 walks as well. And he will be asked to pick up the final 3 outs of this ball game as the Ironmen look to move to 7-10 and kick off the second half of the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League schedule with a W. Jamie Walls leads the game, having allowed 3 runs on 5 hits in his 6 innings of work tonight. He also had 7 strikeouts. And again, he will be relying on Zach Goss and the Ironman defense to pick up the final 3 outs here, as he will have to get through Thomas Hoyt, Jack Ryan, and then back to the top of the order for Zach O'Hara, with Oliver and Bertrand looming. Again, the Royals kicked up a bit of a fuss in the 7th inning last time as well, as they scored a run. A base running mistake cost them a second run at the plate, and eventually they fell 7-3. So Hoyt will bat. It's his first at bat of the game as he enters for the designated hitter, Pascal McCarthy. Hoyt started this game on the mound. Pitched 5 very good innings, kept his team in it. Again, first appearance of the season for Hoyt. So he kept his team in the game. And now the Royals need to find a couple here in the 7th. So Goss has come set, and here we go. And the first pitch is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. That is down for a ball. And that is a bounder to first. Logan Walsh with the flip to Goss, and they're going to make the play. And that might be a tough one for Goss. Again, we mentioned, so in the first game against the Royals here a couple Thursday nights ago, Goss rolled his ankle running through first base. And you could see kind of came up, I don't want to say lame, but definitely felt it on that 3-1 play there. But a nice play from Logan Walsh on the flip. So that'll bring up Jack Ryan now. 0 for 2, reached on an error and has struck out. And that is a ball high. Big shout out to our friends at Elitecast Media, bringing you all the sights and sounds of tonight's ball game, as the home team is 2 outs away from a win. And that is a high fly ball to left. That's going to be a run for Lantang, but he makes the play for out number 2. And the Royals are down to their final out. And it'll be back to the top of the order for Zach O'Hara, who is 0 for 2 in the ballgame, but his last time up walked and scored. And that is a ball. Up for ball 1. 1-0 here now from Goss again. And that is in there for a strike. So that'll run the count 1-1. And again, this is the guy you want right here. You do not want Oliver and Bertrand, who have worn out the Ironmen and most of the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League over the last couple of years. And that is right on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. And the Royals are down to their last strike as it's 1-2 here with 2 out as the fans come to their feet here at Ironman Field. Goss with a long look in at Watkin here. Trying to get the one he wants. He's got it. Here comes the 1-2. And that is down for a ball. That looked like a very, very good pitch, but called a little low there by home plate umpire Jason Dunnett. So we're 2-2 here. Same situation. And that is in there for strike 3 right down Broadway. And that's the ball game. As Zach Goss comes in and goes 1-2-3 for the save. And the Ironmen win the ball game 5-3. Zach Goss scatters a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout looking. And the Royals, or the Ironmen, improved to 7-10. And they go to 3-1 in their 7-game in 10-day stretch, and will look to carry that momentum into Thursday night's game against the Moncton Fisher Cats That will be live here on the Ironman Facebook page and the Ironman YouTube page. So make sure you come back Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Atlantic time, as the Fisher Cats will be in town, and the Ironmen look to keep their momentum going as they win and improve to 7-10 on the season. The loss drops the Royals to 7-8. We want to thank our sponsor, O'Donoghue's Irish Pub, for bringing you tonight's special edition of Tuesday Night Baseball. Make sure you go down and check them out, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday. I'm telling you, I got to get my hand on this fish and chips because I hear it's delightful. So head on down to O'Donoghue's. Also, we want to thank our broadcast crew, Elitecast Media, for bringing you the sights and sounds of this ball game. The final score here from the beautiful Ironman field on the Miramichi River, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironmen 5, the Fredericton Royals 3.